Hey guys, what's up, it's sci-fi here, and welcome to episode 15 of Warframe Beginner's Guide 2.0, and in this video I'm going to be telling you guys what to do after you get these mods out of the corrupted vaults, and basically how to mod up your weapons for facing higher level enemies later on in the game. So in this video I haven't really got anything too planned out in a way, so that's why I'm going to be showing you guys how to mod your weapon. So you shouldn't really be too worried if you don't have all of the mods that I told you to get in the last video. It's not really too big of a deal because we're not going to be using all of those mods on one frame at a time, so you're not going to have like overextended and narrow-minded on every Warframe, if you get what I mean, because not every Warframe needs those mods to be good particularly. So you should have most of them. I think the only mod that I need to get now is not narrow-minded, blind reg. So you should have pretty much most of them, but some of the must-have mods that you should really have at this point are, I'll go through them now. You should have a non-damage streamline. If I can find that, that would be great. There we go, non-damage streamline. Maxed out, it'll give you 30% power efficiency, which means that you cast your abilities for less. You should have a flow. If I can find mine, here we go, a flow. I actually have two, so that'll give you more energy capacity. I haven't actually maxed this out yet. If you're very lucky, you'll have an intensify, but that's only if you're very lucky, but don't worry too much. I'm going to be showing you guys a way to get that. I have my overextended, my narrow-minded, my transient fortitude. I also got a bunch of these mods. These are kind of useless, these two and this one. I got heavy caliber. And I got Spoil Strike. Big shout out to two of my clan members, Ruble Troll and Toxic Titan, because they actually helped me get these. Another guy called Fusion, I think he's on right now. Fusion 1K9, he was playing with me as well. He helped me get these mods. Ruble Troll and Toxic Titan actually donated 2 mods to me. So Toxic Titan donated a heavy caliber, and Ruble donated a transient fortitude, so I didn't have to farm as much. But yeah. So we're going to be talking about modding in today's video. So because we have a little bit more mods, I guess, because we have more mods, we can kind of mod a little bit more. So whenever you're making, or whenever you're modding your primary weapon, we're just going to use the Karak, for example here. You don't necessarily have to do this on the Karak. But you're going to be wanting to put on your two or three base damage mods. We only have 2 at the minute, so there's and 3 in total that we use right now. So we have Restoration, Heavy Caliber, and this third slot would be for a mod called Split Chamber. So if you want to get ahead of the game, go farm Split Chamber. So we have our Heavy Caliber and Restoration on, and that's going to give us more base damage. So that's what that's going to do, is it's going to increase those free stats on our weapon down there in the bottom right called Slash, Puncture, and Impact. So if I were to take those 2 mods off, those values would go down. So I have less Slash, Puncture, and Impact. I put them on. It increases all 3 of those. I actually put that on the wrong slot there. It basically increases all 3 of those. So I have 11 Slash, 14 Puncture, and 21 Impact. So this weapon is going to be the best against Corpus, because impact damage does a lot against Corpus. That's the faction. So impact, it does more damage versus Corpus than any other faction. There's another little tidbit of information for you. So we have our Heavy Caliber Restoration. Those are our base damage mods. Those should be on every of your builds, or all of your builds. And then you have a Split Chamber on here, which will be on all of your builds as well. Like, give or take a few. So we have that there. But you're going to get to the point where you're going to be, your damage is going to be falling off, and you're not going to be doing as much damage. So if we have out the navigation, if I can get up there fast without bumping into walls and things. I actually still have a hobble key on, so that's why I'm really slow. Once you beat the bosses on Venus and Mars, you'll unlock Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter is a mainly Corpus planet, Saturn is a mainly Grineer planet, and they're both like around the same level, so 11 to 13, and then 11 to 13. So they've pretty much got both the same type of level of enemies, okay? And whenever you get in these planets, as you progress through them, you're going to find that your damage is actually going to start to fall off. And a way to increase the damage that you're doing is actually the elemental mods. So if we head on over, we should have all of the elemental mods, which I actually don't have on this account. God damn it. So because I didn't have the mods on my other account, I'm just going to go on my main account and show you guys how to do it. Basically, it's going to be a better representation of how to mod your weapons whenever you do get the mods. Now keep in mind, all of my stuff is going to be max ranked, so they're going to consume more capacity than yours will, because you're not max rank yet. But for the purpose of this, I actually want to put a working catalyst on my character to show you guys what your weapon should look like if it's got like max rank and an working catalyst on it. So you don't necessarily have to put an working catalyst on every weapon you get. This is just to show you guys what the modding section kind of looks like. So in your V polarity or your Madurai, I can't pronounce that, or I just cannot be bothered. Madurai, there you go. Madurai section, I just call it the V polarity because it looks like a V. You're going to have your 3 base damage mods, heavy caliber, serration, and split chamber. So because heavy caliber drains the most, I'm going to match that up and put that on the V polarity I have on my character's modding section. And then I'm just going to throw on my serration and my split chamber. You guys won't have split chamber yet, please don't panic. I'll be showing you guys how to get it, no worries. So we have our heavy caliber, serration, and split chamber. Those are our 3 base damage mods. And because we put those 3 base damage mods on, it increases the free stats / puncture and impact up to higher numbers, alright? Split chamber also increases a few other stats, but we'll get into that more whenever we actually get split chamber on our other account. So we have these 3 base damage mods on, that's great, but your damage will start to fall off, and that's the bad thing. So to increase the amount of damage we can do, we're going to be putting on mods such as Bane of Grineer, Bane of Corpus. No, we're not, okay? What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the elemental combos that we can put on. Now, I suggest you write this down or keep watching the video. I maybe will put it in the description for you guys. But this is like things that you should... It's like kind of the Bible of Warframe. You put on these elemental mods to make elemental damages, and you're going to be doing more damage overall. I'm just going to take all these here off so then I can kind of show you guys. Now your mods won't be max rank yet, which is fine because then you can actually make these damage types. But the higher the rank of your mod is, the more damage you're going to be getting out of it. So don't worry if you can't fit it all on, just kind of improvise around it. So what we're going to be doing is, first off, look up on the top of your screen. You see that you have 3 different configs. I recommend taking advantage of these, okay? Because then it just makes it a lot easier for you. So your config A should be your Grineer build, config B will be Corpus, and config C will be Infested and Corrupted. So Corrupted is in the void, Infested are the monster-like creatures. So in your config A, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be making radiation damage, alright? And to make radiation damage, you have to put on fire and electricity beside one another. So that's Hellfire and Stormbringer. Now if you look in the left of the screen, you'll see that I have 48.6 radiation damage, which is fire and electric, and then that gives me radiation damage. So that's going to allow me to do more damage versus the Grineer Bombards, which is the higher type of enemy within that faction. So it's the most threatening enemy in that faction. And then after that there, what you can do is you can go ahead and put on your cryo rounds, which is D polarity, and then head back over and put on your infected clip, and that will give you viral, which will allow you to do more damage versus the lighter units, which is the lancers and butchers and things like that there. And then you just want to throw on your serration and heavy caliber and whatever. I can't fit it on because obviously I haven't formed this weapon or anything like that there, but again, don't worry, we will be getting into that. So this is how you make radiation and viral, and then that's going to allow you to do radiation viral damage versus those enemies. So that's your config A. Actually, I should have kept that up there, but whatever. So this is your config B, which is going to be your Corpus. You're going to be making magnetic and toxin. So to make magnetic and toxin, you're going to want to put on cryo rounds, and then you're going to want to put on Stormbringer. So this is your ice and your electricity, which will make your magnetic. And then you're going to double up on poison, which you can't actually do yet, but you're going to want to put a poison mod on. And there's another poison mod that you can put on, which is known as Malevolent Force, but you guys won't have that yet. The reason that we put on poison is it will actually go through the Corpus's shield. So you're doing this, cryo rounds and Stormbringer, which will give you just bonus damage against everything in that faction, and then your infected clip to start dealing damage to their health through their shield. So even whenever they have shield, you're still going to be doing damage to their health. And then you can put on your heavy caliber Surration and whatnot. I do recommend throwing on your heavy caliber and Surration first, because that's going to be increasing your base damage overall, and then putting on the elemental mods. But just for the purpose of this representation, I'm showing you the elemental mods first. So I could probably fit on my Surration and heavy caliber on this one. So there you go. This is what my Corpus build would look like. So yeah, 208 magnetic, stuff like that. And then next up we have our infested and corrupted, which is corrosive, which will be your, if I can find it, Stormbringer, and infected clip, which will give you your corrosive damage. And then for infested, you want to put on Hellfire, so that'll be corrosive and heat or fire, which will give you bonus damage. The corrosive will give you bonus damage versus the ancients, which is the Squidward looking enemies, and then the fire will give you more damage versus the lighter units. And then for your void, you're going to keep on corrosive, which will give you more damage versus heavy gunners. And then you want to put on a cryo rounds, which will give you more damage versus bombards, and also freeze some of your enemies. So it all depends what type of enemy you want to be dealing more damage against, but these are kind of like the Bible setup of Warframe. You use these mods, you don't have to use specifically these mods, but you use these elemental combo setups, and then you're going to be doing more damage to these like different types of particular enemies, and then it's just going to allow you to progress a lot more. So keep in mind, this doesn't only go for your primary weapon, it goes for your secondary and your melee as well. So you always put on your base damage mods. For a melee, it's going to be Pressure Point and Fury. Fury doesn't actually increase your damage, but it increases the attack speed. So you're going to be dealing more damage in a shorter period of time. I like to throw on Spoiled Strike, and then you can put on your elemental mods. So I'm actually going to be going into, I would say, let's go for Corpus. I'll go play a Corpus mission. So we're going to be going with our Shocking Touch, our North Wind, and my Fever Strike, just to show you guys like how much damage it can do. Then you can put anything else on. I'm going to go for crit damage and crit chance. And that's going to be my Guillotine build. I haven't actually got anything on there. And then this is my Excalibur build that I'm going to be going into the mission with. So we're going to be going against the Corpus for Valkyr. So we're going to be going on the Jupiter planet, and then just playing until we get up to the boss. And then once we get that boss, we get another planet, and then we can keep going. So we're going to play some of the Jupiter missions. First one's a rescue. Just going to show you the effect of, you know, the mods and how much damage that actually adds into it. I'm going to be using the Guillotine because I don't have the mods on this account. But if you're going against the Corpus, I recommend using the Karg, and if you're going against the Grineer, I recommend using the Boltor, and if you're going against Infested, I recommend using the Guillotine. And then in Corpus, or not the Corpus, the Corrupted, in the Void, you can just use like all three, or not all three, you use the Bolter and the Guillotine. So we can pretty much one-hit enemies in here. So I think, hopefully, maybe, I don't know, can we? Let's find out. This is a pretty high, well not high, it's a decently high level, like mid-tier level stuff now, and we one-hit them already. This is to just kind of show you that I'm not bullshitting you guys with the whole mods thing. You know, you're going to be doing more damage with those elemental mods. And then you can also channel your melee weapon, you want to do more damage with that. And also, if you go in your Exalted Blade, you're going to do a lot of damage with that as well. So, yeah, there's that. But, nah, I digress. So you can see the different elemental weapon effects that you get on your weapon whenever you have the different mods on. Mainly noticeable in your melee. You'll see your weapon shooting out different colored bullets, I guess, if you're using a primary or secondary. But you should know how to get all of those mods now because of the videos I made. Back reference a few episodes. I think episode 11 is the rifle mods. and then it'll show you how to get all the different mods from there if you haven't started watching. So basically, to do more damage, copy those build setups or those elemental setups I showed you guys, and then you're going to be doing a lot more damage with the weapons you have. Even if the weapon isn't too great itself, it's still going to add a little bit more damage to it. Well, not a little bit, a lot of more damage to it. I love Parkour 2.0, just saying. So you're going to be progressing through those 2 planets. You're going to do Saturn, you're going to do Jupiter, and doing those, they're going to allow you to... Whoa, that was a lot of damage. They're going to allow you to get better frames. This is a rescue mission. I forgot where I meant to stealth this bit. YOLO. Okay, he's not in here. Where are you at? No. Hello. Okay, I didn't want to hit the Corpus Warden, but that's he's a high level enemy anyway, so it's fine.
I thought I was gonna die in there.
Give him the weapon. There you go. Oh, I even have a secondary for him. So let me just get to the exit. You can see it's kind of a breeze. For a breeze.
Give me a weapon and I'll watch your back.
Give me a weapon, I'll watch your back. I don't need you to watch my back. I got this. Or you could just like put all those mods in the Galatine and go into Exalted Blade in the easy mode this whole thing. But yeah, that's it. So you're literally going to be overpowered for the whole planet. For Jupiter and Saturn, if you stick to using those elemental combos. If you're you're using the wrong elemental combo, if you're using like Corpus versus Grineer, like Magnetic versus Grineer, you're going to be doing less damage. So that's always something to look out for. Make sure that you've actually set up the correct elemental damage types before you try anything else like that there. And I forgot to mention also, if you go into your codex, remember I told you to scan things. So say the enemies, if you look at the charger, we'll use this for example, you'll see that under where it says name faction infested, and below infested, it'll say like, it'll have little symbols like slash, plus, fire, plus, gas, plus, plus, plus. So those pluses represents 25% more damage, so slash damage is going to be doing plus 25% more damage to the infested charger, fire damage plus 25% more damage to the infested charger, gas damage is going to be doing plus 75% more damage to the infested charger, and then you go on to things like the bombards, which I haven't actually got to scan. Wait, there we go. No idea if it's going to show. No, I haven't actually scanned it the whole way. Go to the butcher, puncture damage plus plus, poison damage plus, viral, corrosive, you know, all that stuff. So that's pretty much going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit that like button below, and you want to see more Warframe content from me, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.